Take 2 steps to your right. Take 2 steps to your right.
Come back.
Driver, walk straight back. Keep walking.
Keep that long.
On the 15th of September, Ryan Routh was at the center of an incident that led to his arrest and exposure to federal authorities in one of the most shocking attempted assassination cases in recent U.S. history. Routh was apprehended after orchestrating an elaborate plan to assassinate former President Donald Trump at his West Palm Beach residence. However, despite meticulous preparation and clear intent, his plot failed, triggering a thorough investigation that uncovered a web of international connections, criminal elements, and resources that still leave many questions unanswered. Among these mysteries are links to Ukraine and Pakistan.
What are you doing here in Ukraine?
My initial goal was to come and fight. I think everybody around the globe should be motivated to come here and support the Ukrainians and support the army. So Plan B was to come here to Kyiv and promote getting more people here. We need thousands and thousands and thousands of people here fighting with the Ukraine.
Who allegedly funded the man to carry out the act. At the time of the incident, Routh was carrying a Chinese Type 56 rifle, a variant of the famous AK-47 assault rifle, albeit with improvised modifications. This type of weapon is well known for its durability and reliability, making it a common choice in criminal activities, especially where firepower capability is needed. Routh had modified the rifle with a telescopic sight mounted on top of the receiver, an unconventional setup indicating either a lack of access to professional equipment or a level of improvisation that hindered its effectiveness. He used electrical tape and a hose clamp to stabilize the sight, suggesting that, although he wasn't an expert in firearms, he was willing to make rudimentary adjustments to improve his aim. Authorities have not disclosed whether the sight was properly calibrated or if Routh failed to fire at his intended target. What is clear is that Routh fled the scene immediately after firing shots. Witnesses reported seeing him run towards a black Nissan Xterra, which had already been identified in the area around Summit Boulevard, and his quick escape triggered a chase involving multiple federal agencies. Shortly after Routh fled, a key witness provided police with a photo of the Nissan Xterra's number plate. This information proved crucial as it enabled the authorities to track the vehicle's movements using traffic cameras. Routh was spotted driving at high speed northbound on the I-95 motorway. When he was arrested, authorities discovered that the Nissan's number plates had been stolen, immediately raising suspicions about the level of premeditation. One of the most disturbing discoveries in the vehicle was a notebook containing a detailed list of Trump's public appearances between August and October. This confirmed that Routh had been closely tracking the former president's movements and had carefully planned his attack. Additionally, the notebook included names and contact details of individuals linked to Ukraine, which initially left the authorities puzzled. Routh had lived in North Carolina before moving to Hawaii with his wife, a former Victoria's Secret executive. While his residence in Hawaii appeared stable, records show he had returned to North Carolina prior to the assassination attempt and had voted there. These movements, combined with his notebook, suggested that Routh was orchestrating something far more extensive than a simple attack. He seemed to have connections, or, at the very least, interests in international conflicts, particularly in Ukraine, adding further complexity to the investigation. In addition to the AK-56 rifle, the discovery of multiple mobile phones, stolen plates, and forged documents led investigators to speculate about the true scope of Routh's plans. The presence of so many phones suggested that he was in contact with several individuals, or at least wanted to keep his communications fragmented to avoid easy tracking. His passport and Google searches regarding travel to Mexico reinforced the theory that after the attack, he intended to leave the country and evade justice. While authorities remain cautious about how Routh acquired the rifle and other equipment, it is clear that he had been planning this attack for a long time. The complexity of his logistics indicated that he wasn't acting impulsively, but had premeditated each of his moves. One of the key developments in the investigation came when a witness revealed that they had received a sealed box from Routh months before the incident. Upon hearing of the assassination attempt, this witness decided to open the box and discovered ammunition, a metal pipe, construction tools, and 4 more mobile phones. This brought the total number of phones seized in the investigation to 10, highlighting the extent of Routh's preparations. Also inside the box were several handwritten letters. One of them was addressed to the world and described the failure in his attempt to assassinate Trump. In the letter, Routh offered a reward of $150,000 to anyone who could complete the job. This discovery revealed the level of desperation Routh had reached, as he wasn't just failing in his attempt, but was willing to outsource the assassination to ensure his mission was accomplished. One of the most perplexing questions in the case is how he funded his operations. During a court hearing, Routh stated that he earned only $3,000 a month, a sum that would hardly allow him to maintain his lifestyle in Hawaii, let alone fund an assassination plot. The acquisition of multiple mobile phones, weapons, stolen plates, and other resources suggested he had access to a source of funding that has not yet been disclosed. Authorities are still investigating whether Routh was acting alone or if someone else was behind him, providing the funds and infrastructure necessary to carry out his plan. Routh was no stranger to the justice system. Throughout his life, he had built up a record of serious crimes, making him a familiar figure to the authorities. However, he had managed to stay under the radar in recent years until he began plotting to assassinate Trump. During his time in Hawaii, Routh lived in a house valued at over $900,000, which contrasted with his declared financial situation. He had also published a book titled Ukraine's Impossible War to Win, in which he laid out conspiracy theories about global politics and international conflicts. This book revealed his radical and extreme thoughts, suggesting that not only was he willing to act on his beliefs, but he had also internalized a violent and confrontational narrative that led him to plan a murder. Another aspect of the case that has sparked speculation is the whereabouts of Routh's wife. Although it is known that she resided in Hawaii, authorities have been unable to locate her since Routh's arrest. This has led to some theories suggesting that she might be involved in her husband's plan, or at the very least, aware of his activities. Furthermore, Routh's international connections have raised suspicions about the possibility that he was working with others, both inside and outside the country. Connections with Ukraine and Pakistan have been investigated, but so far, no external complicity has been confirmed. He was charged with attempted murder of this prominent presidential candidate, possession of a firearm to further a violent crime, assaulting a federal officer, and ammunition by a convicted felon, and possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. At a detention hearing held on the 23rd of September, Routh was ordered to remain in federal custody pending trial. If convicted, Routh faces a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. Something we are still left wondering about is his alleged connection to Ukraine and Pakistan, and the whereabouts of his wife. We still do not know who they are accountable to and the reasons behind someone committing these acts, fully aware of the consequences. Leave us your opinion in the comments section of the video. We're also open to conspiracy theories about this case. We're interested in hearing your thoughts on these topics. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video, and stay tuned because we'll soon be uploading more content that will leave you speechless. See you next time.